psychological safety is not an environment that facilitates yes men and not speaking up when you see something that's wrong.
Psychological safety being the topic of today. I know on paper, it sounds like a holy grail for like a healthy workplace. It's like, yes, we need to be psychologically safe. But again, I think far too many clinicians in ABA, like it's a total fantasy. Like it just doesn't happen.
Uh, I think I would start off first by saying I think most people aren't using the term right. I think a lot of times when I hear that be used, that what they're talking about is a low conflict, nice environment, which is not what psychological safety means. Psychological safety is not an environment that facilitates yes men and not speaking up when you see something that's wrong. I think that the term often gets weaponized into like, because of psychological safety, we're going to take that offline. Like, this isn't the appropriate venue for this, and sort of use that to sort of shape ultimately what I would say is like a hyper compliant employee, because it's not safe to speak up and say no. And they're doing that under the guise of the term psychological safety. But like, having high performance standards is part of having psychological safety. No, being resistant to conflict is not, right? Like sometimes we need to have conflict to get to a better solution.
But like directly and like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, how does that fear that people have, like how does that directly and fundamentally undermine just everything about our field from an ethical and effective application of principles?
So that means when you are observing a lack of psychological or behaviors that are not psychologically safe occurring around you, you are learning from that experience, and that's going to change the way that you show up in the future. And I think that happens from the top down in your organization, from your CEO to the RBT who's literally walking in day one, but also to our clients. So if we're creating environments where people can't speak up, where people can't say no, where they can't self-advocate, clinicians are going to show up and still have that expectation of their clients too. And that's hugely problematic when we're thinking about working with vulnerable populations.